All right, guys. Good afternoon or good morning if you are in Central Time. I'm Ryan here with ISCN. I'm going to go over a quick briefing as to what to expect this evening, this afternoon and evening, should I say, across South Indiana. So, if you guys are not aware, we do have a very low risk. Want to cover here really quickly here for basically our southern tier counties across Indiana. Potential for damaging winds and maybe even a brief tornado or two, but I do think that threat is a little bit higher to the south. We're going to go over everything here, just kind of time everything out for you guys and talk about what to expect and go from there. So let's go ahead and dive in. So the SPC currently does have the Evansville area in a marginal risk for severe weather. That's dark green areas. The light green area up to Lafayette and Muncie, that's going to be your general thunderstorm risk. So that's just going to be your rumbles of thunder. Nothing severe up there is expected, but down there toward the dark green area is where we have our highest concern today. Looking and zooming way in here, we're going to see that dark green area covers the Evansville area. Also areas like, let's go ahead and zoom in here even further. Let's go ahead and tell you like Newburgh, Hatfield, Rockport, Tell City, Leopold, those general areas in very far southern Indiana. So why are we concerned about that? Let's go ahead and dive into the model here. So the HRRR from this morning does show the rain that's currently ongoing across the state. We have numerous heavier rain showers moving across southern Indiana currently. But as this moves into the afternoon hours, we're going to see a secondary line of storms begin to develop here around the 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern time frame, all the way down from into Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, back up here through Indiana. And that's going to be the main focus for today. Now, zooming in, you may not think that these look very impressive, and you're right, they really don't look impressive. But when you take a look at the instability and all the ingredients that we need for severe weather, starting with instability here, we're going to see that the ingredients here are literally sitting just off to our south. They do push very close across the Indiana-Kentucky border here through the afternoon today. That's why we're going to have some concern there for severe weather for our very southern tier counties and perhaps a bit further north as well. Putting the overlap of wind shear instability, a couple of the ingredients we need for severe weather. Again, we're getting that overlap very close to that Indiana-Kentucky border. We're going to become concerned there around that 3 to 7 o'clock time frame or so for potential severe weather. Now, the risks today with these cells are primarily damaging winds. We're not really too concerned for hail, but I do think there's a chance, especially I think it's further south. The chance is highest further south of Indiana, but there is a chance there across, we're going to say northern Kentucky into Tennessee for a brief tornado or two possible. I don't think it's a huge concern for Indiana today, but if we can get enough instability to push up into the state, I would be more concerned for that. So going ahead and timing this out here, looking at the current, this is at 12:35. This is live Eastern time. Going into the afternoon hours, the rain moves out. We're going to start seeing that line develop here around the 5 o'clock Eastern time frame. By the time 6 o'clock rolls around, we're going to see that very close to the Indiana-Kentucky border. We have these cells that are kind of looking a little bit nastier just off to the south of us. But we still have a couple cells that do pop up in the southern part of Indiana here and keep a close eye on. So the main time frame with this, 4 p.m. this afternoon, and through about the 8 to 9 o'clock time frame tonight. And that'll be the main concern there as these storms push out of the state roughly around the 9 p.m. Eastern time frame. So 4 to 9 tonight. Keep an eye out for the southern tier counties in Indiana for potential damaging wind threat. Again, SPC does have that marginal risk out for the very far southern tier of counties in Indiana. So that's going to be the main driver, main focus for this evening. But the majority of the concerning weather should stay off to our south. All right. With that being said, any questions before I hop out of here? Just wanted to go live real quick and get you guys up to date. We'll be live this afternoon and evening. If anything does go severe warned in the state, we'll be on here covering it from beginning to end. So stay tuned. We will be covering everything you guys need to know. But the majority of the concern, again, is close to Evansville area over to like the Boonville, Newburgh, Hatfield, Rockport, Tell City, Ferdinand, and Leopold areas. That's going to be the main concern this afternoon. All right. Any other questions in here before I pop out? The overall risk today is not very high. It is pretty low in nature, so it's not going to be expected to be an outbreak by any means, but the ingredients there's just enough there that would warrant the attention for perhaps a severe storm or two, which is why we are live here telling you guys about it. So, no problem, Copper. What's up, DVG? Oh yeah, just like I just said, DVG, we'll be live here. If anything does go severe warned in the state of Indiana, Caleb and I will be primarily covering it. So we'll be here as long as there is severe weather, if any severe weather occurs today. Obviously, it's a low threat. Perhaps you get through the day without anything happening. That's best case scenario. But in the event something does happen, we're here for it. All right, you guys enjoy your day. And if anything does go severe, we'll be live later on. Stay tuned to the page for updates.